Greetings. Salutations, everyone. Welcome back. We're playing some more Limbus Company today. Yes, I am here. A little bit later than planned. You started streaming like 17 minutes later than I wanted to, but we're here. We're going to be continuing Canto 5 today. A few things before we get to it. Shadow might be addicted to air. That sounds bad, Shadow. Shadows don't breathe. So if you didn't see it on the Discord, just last night, actually after last night's stream, I got into the sunset. Pulled down the banner after my stream last night. My heart is beating so fast because Tribby is in a few days. Even I'm assuming that's good. It's great, Shadow. You play Genshin Impact. It's kind of like a signature weapon compared to Genshin Impact. I am really excited for this for my Burn team. Specifically using Leo Association. So yeah, I'm excited for that. I don't know if we're going to actually use that today though, but I'm very excited for it. Another a kind of funny thing I wanted to bring up. I don't know how it never occurred to me in our time playing this game and stuff that like we've got these different and we've got a number of different characters and this with a number of different IDs in this game with different titles and stuff, and it's like, okay, yeah, so there's something that didn't occur to me. Something that did. I know Pinky is a finger, and I know Thumb is, and there's some characters that are both of those, but it never occurred to me Reen is also a finger. Index is also a finger and middle. It's just like, it's just something I noticed. I don't know when, but between this stream and last, I'm just like, wait a second, those are fingers too. I was not thinking of those as referring to fingers. I hate when my Minecraft worlds are old enough that the terrain is slightly broken. Yeah, that just happens though. I will say, I don't think we're actually going to be doing any more polls on any banners that are currently up since I got into the sunset off stream, which is, yeah, a little sad because it would be cool. It's fun to do polls. This is one that I would like, but I don't think we're going to do polls. And I got Middle Heathcliff. Last stream at the start, last Limbus Company stream at the start of it, I was just like, yeah, let's do a set of 10 polls I have, you know, and it just first thing, Middle Heathcliff. I actually, speaking of Middle Heathcliff, I'd kind of like to get more middle characters to go with him. just because it would to have a better team for him. This is my 3 middle characters, but I know. Oh, great! Why did I even pull this up? I don't know which section there. Okay, there's middle Don Quixote. I know there's also middle. I looked through all of these. I know the 1 or 2 more middle characters. I don't remember where they are in this, but I did look at them. Yeah, it would be neat. I love pulling, and my friends don't like it because you could dispense ID. Well, I do think there's also a case for pulling because it actually gets you shouts to dispense IDs. Tamamuso is very good. That's one. I'll tell you, I'm actually conflicted about Tamamuso. I've looked at Tamamuso multiple times and I want characters for a Burna team. This is something we've gone over. I love my Burna characters, but I don't particularly like ammo characters. I don't know. There's just something. Well, wait. Can he get his ammo back with his... I don't think he has a... Does he have a way to get his ammo back? Oh, if unit equipped defense skill for the first time, or if this unit spent all of its tiger mark round, or if the unit is staggered at the end of that turn, reload. Oh, he can get his ammo back. Okay, never mind. Anyways. Tamuso is so good. He doesn't even need his ammo to use his skills. I will say another thing, actually. I have something of a wish list of characters I want currently in mind. Other than middle characters, I really want to work on my Burna team. And I want Magic Bullet Otis for that. But I also would really like Office Fixer Sinclair and Highest Office Survivor Grago. I think both of those two look fun. I like the look of both Sinclair and Grago here. His skill 3 has 5 unbreakable coins with conditional that allow the skill to have, I think, 3 attack rate. Wow. Skill 3-2 when he reloads if he has less than 4 or 5 ammo with attack rate. Okay. Another thing I'm actually torn on how much I actually want, if that even makes sense, is I kind of think it would be cool to at some point have Liu Association Yisane for my Burna team, just because Liu Association Yisane has some fantastic sanity regeneration, but in fact I'd say Tam Capomuso is a lot better than Load Hanyuan and Lu. Ooh. And to be fair, on my Burna team, if I'm getting Tham Capo Muso, he's replacing a Liu Association Muso, and my Burn Team, which is a sizable upgrade. Breaking news, if you're a mere mortal now, introducing the Fountain of Youth, it only costs... That's $3.99. Actually, can I look at... He's yellow... Okay, yellow, red, orange. That kind of... That works with my team I've been putting together. Also, I have no idea what this is. I saw this when I got done last night, and it's just like, whoa. FYI, Tam Capomuso is better in Tramu team due to his special Tramu status. Tramu's coach, which does damage and a boost based on boon, and Tramu potential on with staggering. Hey, greetings, Pillowhead, welcome. That's one of the reasons I'm actually kind of less interested in Tam Capomuso. I know this might not make sense, but like Tam Capomuso is Boon and Tramu. He's good in both teams, which literally means in some ways he's better, but to me also it means, oh, he's less specialized, and I like playing these specialized characters. Although he's still very much functional in a Boon team. Yeah. Okay. I still don't... Oh! The place we left off last time. And in case anyone doesn't remember, we are... we're in Canto 5, we're on the Great Lake, and we've just come across a cruise ship that we're going on a boat, which, you know, nothing could go wrong with a cruise ship in the middle of this terrifying eldritch monstrosity of a lake. Wait but a moment! I shall make use of mine lances to howl a bellow so powerful that they have no recourse but to heed us. Poke! Shut it! You'll boost my eardrums!
그런데 이런 선상 파티 같은 건 우리가 막 들어와도 괜찮은 거야?
By the way, is it okay for us to bout into a yacht party like this?
그 뭐냐? 응? 초대장도 없을
Is
텐데.
this great lake? Yeah, I won't go around it. It's all good. It's all safe. Nothing ever happened bad on this lake. It's a cruise. It's a yacht. It's a cruise. It's perfectly safe. I get so used to hearing that. It had the where something seems at. Oh, we don't have the an invitation or anything like it either. How about you just, Greg? The more the merrier, right? They'll understand.
다치고 나발이고 목표는 정보 수집이에요.
I wouldn't care less about a party. We're here to gather intel. Waste any more time, and I'm leaving you behind.
여기 진짜 좋아 보이긴 하네요.
Wow, this place really is fancy. Numerous liquor bottles and half-eaten of food were strewn about haphazardly all over the deck.
바로 직전까지 이 자리에서 파티를 벌이고
And there's
있었던 것으로
balloons. Balloons, oh. The balloons surely represents the presence of safety. It appears... That's not my Muso voice. It appears that this party must have ended very recently and abruptly. Is it just...
불이 켜져 있어. 잽싸게
You might
잡고
be right,
오라.
Shadow. I spy light shining from the ship's interiors. I shall go swiftly like the wind and verify its sources. Don Quixote, running in sheer excitement for a party, scuttled to the cabins. Don Quixote, fueled by imagination right now. The imagination of what might be another ship. Well, that's one loudmouth gun then. Heathcliff slammed his fist into the loudspeaker that's been blaring the music this entire time.
이제야 살 것 같네.
Blimey, now that's a relief. Thought my eardrums were about to burst. I decided to remain silent. The music was pretty good. Hopefully there's not an iceberg in the water. Well, actually, Shadow, if an iceberg was the worst thing and this lake, then I'd take it. I would. Well, it's awful quiet up here now that the music's gone.
그러고 보니 지금 상황과
Oh,
비슷한 얘기가
this
생각나네.
reminds me of a similar story my nanny used to tell me. It's an old story, but... Then Quixote returns with a dumbfounded expression on her face. Oh, interesting.
없어.
You got me curious what's in the lake. Well, we've seen something called a whale so far, and the whale was terrifying. We've also seen just tentacle monsters called waves, and this lake is one of the scariest places in this game so far. Well, it doesn't help that I'm not a fan of the deep water. Anyways, it was not.
뭐가? 음식? 술? 아니면 둘 다?
What? What was not? Food? Drinks? Both? There was no one.
그죠.
Yet the lights were left on, with nearly a soul to be seen inside. The brought beans to mind, Engler for sure.
방금까지 파티가 있었던 게 자명한데 사람만 없다는 게 말이
Ridiculous.
된다고 보나?
It is clear that mere moments ago, a large group of people were having a party on the dock. How could there be no one aboard?
진짜요? 뭐 숨바꼭질이라도 하는 것일지도.
Wait. I'm going to turn the sound up really quick. I like... the music sets the tone well. There's this constant kind of ominous bit in the background of it, even when it's not. There's this like rhythm. For truth, mayhaps they are busying themselves with a game of hide and seek.
이런 모임에 모일 만한 사람들이 그럴 거라고는 상상이 잘 안 되지 않니?
Can't imagine the crowd that left on the liquor buttons behind would be the kind that enjoys playing hide and seek? Like kids at a party?
그럼 사라졌다는 건가요? 여기 사람들이 전부... 그러면 이미 파도에 당한...
Okay, so our a robust source of information here, I would say, is Ishmael. Like, even better than Faust, who knows all. I would trust any information Ishmael has on this. So what? They just vanished into thin air. Like they were... Wait! Did the waves already...
다른 가능성을 둔다면
There is one remaining possibility, the ship's storage space. I think you're being too logical with that suggestion. I don't think they're in the storage space.
좁은 창고에 우르르 모여 있다고?
How are you saying that these pouty people left all this uneaten food and liquor behind just to huddle in a cramped storage room? Oh no, that's too much wishful thinking. I'm not sure if it's wishful thinking. I think it's just like, Musso is like extremely logical. He's thinking, okay, there are people on board. They're not here, they're not in the like living quarters section. That the only other section is the storage room. But he's not thinking of the fact that maybe there aren't people on board.
아, 네, 딱 이런 이야기였어요.
Oh, I remember now. Yes, the story went like this.
성대한 잔치를
Once a huge manor sent out an invitation for a grand party. But when the guests arrived, they found the manor vacant and engulfed in a deathly silence.
저희 노래나
How about we get the music going again? I feel like Heathcliff completely smashed it.
라디오 작살냈는데?
I smashed the radio, lad.
이게 파도에 당했던 배라면 당장 나가야
If this
하는데.
ship was struck by the waves, we have to get out of here now.
그런데 열려 있는 어떤 방에서 자꾸 쿵.
The real question is, why would they have a cruise on the Great Lake? They wouldn't. They will. No. They wouldn't. It's insane. Then boom, boom. Banging noises coming from behind a door, slightly ajar. So of course they went in there to investigate and
사람들이 두 팔을 펼치고
and there they were, bodies as stiff as corpses, and rigor mortis arms stretched forward, hopping up and down.
저는
Oh,
창문을
that's...
보고 와야겠어요.
I think I'll go check out the storage space. Poor Sinclair. Sinclair, wherefore out thy palms so sudden?
체질이에요.
It's genetics. I feel bad for him. It's fun to have a cruise as long as the driver knows what they're doing. Theirs did not. They should have had a car run of their own. Sinclair hurriedly left the room in search of the ship's storage.
추는 춤이 한때 유행 중이었다는
Which
이야기였습니다.
was the dance that was all the rage back then, apparently.
춤이라는 건 정말이지 심오한 것인가 보군.
You know, you can, for me, I can never quite predict what words are going to come out of Honolulu's mouth. Honolulu just says things. Words come out of his mouth, and I don't know which direction they're going to go. out of dancing must truly be an out of great profundity.
별 이야기도 아니었잖아. 괜히 기대하게 만들고 말이야.
Well, that was some damp squib. I thought it was actually going somewhere.
본인은 틀림없이
Oh, don't go. Sinclair's dad in a trunk in the storage room by now. I had that with quite the confidence that this would be a tale of the living dead.
괜히 애 겁주기는. 꼬맹이는 어디로 도망간 거야?
It's not a tale of the living dead because your tale right now is going to be it because you're going to be fighting a zombie, so I don't know. Now what do you do that? You do that for? You scared the kid off. Where'd he go? I'll go find Sinclair. Sometimes I'm surprised that the sinners aren't more protective of Dante, since they are their ticket back to life from the dead. In case you're wondering what I'm thinking team-wise here, we are solely trying to maximize the 2 event currencies we're getting, and we are completely going overboard because we're getting plenty. What characters do I want to use though? Do I want to use these characters because they don't have to be the ones actively in the team? Let's see. I'm using all the envy I can. Yeah, this team is fine. And unless I want to switch Radia for the Mirso, you can use Mao Ryoshu to get the 60 plus. Keep Rena Princess Faust and Rena News Father Undo if you want to add on. To bleed, you should switch Radian for Rena. Oh, use support. Mao Ryoshu. I don't know either. Well, wait, I already have this resource maxed out because for the event there's 120% maximum, I believe. Yeah. I've got that resource maxed out. If anything, I know what we're going to do. We need to go support and grab arena. No, come on. I've borrowed this in the past few days. Someone has a okay. This person's arena harvest docent has the ego equipped, so it counts for both this and this, and I think that maxes out. Yes, that maxes things out. Level up middle. Oh yeah, I think I do have mo. Yeah, I can do that. I kinda want to
시험에 일정이
switch
잡혔습니까?
there. Yeah, let's try this.
교류해. 설레네요.
Oh no! Dante, you can't die here. It's pretty dark in here. The hallway to the storage was significantly narrower than the pouty deck. I had nothing but faint, occasionally flashing lights to guide me through this dark hallway. I decided to proceed carefully. Seriously, this place is way creepier than wherever Honolulu was going with his story. Sinclair? You there? I wasn't sure where these water droplets were falling from, but they were really getting on my nerves. Is it water or blood dripping down? This is a pouty ship. It's water. I don't see anything here. Not that I could in this dark. Even if there were, all I see is a very faint ray of light and... You okay, Sinclair? And Sinclair, it seemed to me that he'd been standing here for a good while. Exactly how long? I wasn't sure. Sinclair stood there still, like that. He looked up. What are you looking at? Oh, no, don't look up, don't look up, don't look up, don't look up. Now that I'm here, I noticed there was something funny about the ray of light. I assumed that the light I saw was from a lamp or something. But no, it was just there, surrounding the general area where Sinclair stood. Don't look up. There was no light source. So the light's shining from the outside, maybe. No, it's not. No, that doesn't make sense either. We're deep in the ship's storage, a big metal box with no opening for even a single strand of natural light. Oh, it's, the most friendly and natural light. Besides, it's nighttime. This is getting more and more bizarre by the second. Where is the light coming from? Stop this! Oh no, don't look for the light. Leave! Sinclair, we gotta get out of here. Sinclair. Run now! Come on! Fear of the unknown intensifies. What I saw defied every bit of common sense I had accumulated over the journey, and I had to get Sinclair out of there. I snatched and tagged his limp wrist. You know, right there. Fear of the unknown intensifies. 5 words that very much describe this game. Come on, wake up! That seemed to have done the trick. Sinclair suddenly snapped back to reality and began screaming. He bolted out of the room. I'm surprised we got back to the main deck. Okay, I love the way this is done. This whole sequence we've just had is something that can't be done in different styles of games than this one. You can't do this bit of storytelling in like a 3D action game because you cannot control. I look at the background in a second. One second. Because you can't control the perspective in the same way you can when you're telling it with images and words, where Dante is looking around for the light, and the way they're looking around, but we're just looking at them, and we're just hearing it described. Oh, maybe over there, maybe over there, and we don't even get to see it. Maybe it's a whale in the background. Oh, maybe it's the cruise passengers. Oh, France, I'm sure. Or maybe that's a big Tundra-Lee cruise ship. It's the bigger cruise ship. We're on the lesser cruise ship right now.
아이씨, 뭐야? 넌 또 왜 그렇게 소리를?
Huh? The lads lost the plot. What in the bloody?
공중의 사람이
Okay, just a second. This is a challenge. Let me take a drink. There was a person floating in there. Wait. A person floating is. Wait, I need to actually. In there, floating. Someone or something. No, okay. There was a person floating in there. A person in the floating. Someone up in this just suspended in there. Okay, I didn't read that right, but you know, I tried.
진짜 무서워졌는데.
Okay, now I'm actually creeped out.
사람 일리가 없죠.
That can't be a person.
그럼
Then that was...
네, 설명할 시간이 있나요? 당장 무기 들어요.
But you think we have enough time for a lecture? Prepare for battle. I wonder. One of the big things I'm wondering is if this is is directly related to the whales and mermaids, and thus directly connected to the Great Lake, or if this is more related to things we've encountered prior to sailing on the Great Lake. Concepts we've encountered prior to sailing on, like abnormalities
Sauvage.
and one second. My audio system is fun fact, here's a spoiler. Then happens. Okay. There. My audio. I needed my audio system for that. Use reinforced S3.
재밌겠는데?
훌륭한
I did spoil the.
보여드려야겠군요. 왜냐면 예술을.
엄마만큼은 못하지만 나도 녹이면서 뵐 수 있거든.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have spoiled it. My bad. I'm curious. No.
소바지.
이제야 친해졌네요.
I love how Ricardo Heathcliff is just that guy. Does massive damage. Yeah. I really want to get more characters to work with him. I technically have my middle Ishmael over here, and technically, what is it? Muso that I have middle? Yeah, we're doing Anne Lewis 3. Can I see? I kind of want to do this. Yeah, we're going to do this. She's got... I want us to get a chance to see the... I haven't actually used this yet, I don't think. Did we use it last stream? I don't think we did. And I got it last night and haven't used it since I got it. And I'm using it too, but the funny thing is it's kinda not mine that I'm using because that's the support character.
감상은 어떤가요?
Oh, that's terrible, Fan. I hate sleep problems like that.
한 사람이 상황볼과 24개의 늑골이 자아내는 티비아의 멜로디가
Who's this about? I am using a ring radia with the new ego because that gets me the maximum percentages on
알아. 오늘 힘들었지.
the
여기서 잠깐 쉬어. 쳐다만
event
봐도
resources.
날씨 좋으니까.
Look at this. And then she applies stuff to the team.
예술적이네요.
The thing about the abnormality that Radia Ego is from is that I think it's one of the only ones that has purely positive effects when encountered. Oh, nice! That's cool. And now I have Scarlet Math and there's no stop bobbing up and down. I'm trying to read this. Scarlet Math. Max stack 3, tune in, heal stack percent, HP, heal SP equal to the stack and lose a stack. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to be perfect for my burn team. Ooh, closing time. Installation out. Yay! If that doesn't win this one, it sets this up for the win because it buffs 4 of my characters since 4 of my characters are green.
감상은 어떤가요?
이거 분강 맞지? 야! 필살! 바이올렛 브레이크 슬램!
Yeah, the enemies are probably dead, but you know.
되겠냐고요.
Here's the thing, there's no killer like overkill. Yeah.
약지에 감긴 세 바퀴의 반지는 마에스트로가 되기 위해
Yep,
인정받은
44 of
세 가지
each of
작품을
these.
가져.
Very
비록
nice.
지금 제 작품이 만인의 신금을 울리지는 못하더라도 여전히 반지에 부끄럽지 않은 작품을 선보이고 있는 것 같네요.
Okay, we're going to keep doing the same team to maximize. Sure, that radius should work. To maximize the resources we get. I personally like underkill. No, Shadow aspire to the overkill. Okay, we're going to try to hit the 3 on V this turn. Yeah, it's even technically this is nice, but we want the triple envy to activate Ishmael's passive as quickly as we can.
공감 맞지? 야! 필살! 바이올렛 브레이크 슬램!
Why? Because I like Burner, that's why.
거창을 세워주지.
I hear Ultra Kill is Ultra Kill is a good game too. I hear that as well. I've never played it though. Okay, if we get the triple envy, which we can there, then now that properly should give Ishmael thermal blades.
열라 열받죠? 이러면 아무것도 못하죠.
Why do enemies look like deformed dinosaurs? I don't know. I feel like I've fought something that looks similar to this before.
수 있거든.
Maybe I've had something that looks like this in a mirror dungeon or something. That's my best guess. Oh, is it in a different game? I can't remember.
양밤이 떠올랐어요.
의식 불명.
되겠냐고요.
좋아. 괜찮아. 일어나. 아직 11번은 죽어야 한다고. 예술적이네요.
How are we doing on? Okay.
관람 중에는
We're very close to losing all of the stacks of viewing the tableau.
그래. 내가 왔다. 마지막으로 남긴
열라 열받죠? 이러면 아무것도 못하죠.
거창을 세워주지.
I understand why the Reen IDs have so much lust. It's because they badly want to communicate their ideas to other people. But I wonder why the middle has so much envy when they don't use charge. I'm pretty sure you can use middle Ishmael and middle Heathcliff for 530. Yeah? I think we're getting near to that. Ooh, look at the numbers. Ha 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 ha! Time for closing time.
재밌겠는데?
어중간한 예술은 아듀. 이제야 친해졌네요.
이거 공각 맞지?
Yeah, viewing the tableau is a countdown. When Dan skill 3-2 is unlocked and it nukes the shit out of enemies, the more arena scenarios the means when they use the skill is viewing the tableau showtins. So on that note, the arena radia that I've been using as a support here, I actually have been kind of thinking about whether I want to open some yellow boxes to get the shards to get that arena radia, because I have been enjoying a arena team focused on my arena Honolulu. If you let a lot of skills go before out installation and closing time, then the skill will be wasted with either the attack rate being towards only one enemy or the skill not being used at all. Yeah. A lot of time in a lot of the battles, I haven't been queuing particularly because as long as the enemies die. Closing time is also an AoE skill, not single target. Yeah. Oh, it's awesome. It's one of my favorites. I've been really liking that Hanlu. I think he works in some very interesting ways that remind me of some strategies I like in some other games than Limbus Company. To mainly prevent the skills before use defense, but the attack after. Yeah. Closing time actually deals more damage when attack rate is away. Oh yeah. A lot of the new characters I've been getting recently do have some of those clauses on them, like what is it, Pinky Sinclair that I got? Has something kind of like that, I think. So they were mermaids? Yeah, whoever sailed on this ship, they were probably too distracted by the party to realize that they broke a law of the lake, so they ended up getting devoured by a whale. So this is interesting to me. Whatever whale turned these guys into mermaids did not didn't seem to damage the ship. And this deserted ship is the aftermath. Even if we stick to every single law of the lake, depending on the type of its waves, getting too close to a ship that broke the law could get us swept up in the aftermath. The single lapse of judgment led to this chilling catastrophe. I remembered Ishmael looking into the lake, muttering to herself. I also remembered the rough, biting words she threw at us. The whale seems to have a sense to leave the boat as a lure. You know, that is... Oh, look at that. It almost looks like people hanging from a tundra. But back to the whale seems to have the sense to leave the boat as a lure. There's kind of, in some sense, there's two directions you can go with a giant leviathan monster. You can go the senseless or brute. Oh, you can go something with more sentience, more cunning. And the more cunning is kind of terrifying. Not people at the top halves of people. Oh, did I read that aloud? This was the reality of the Great Lake that Ishmael survived before joining us. A place where even the smallest mistake could mean total annihilation. Look at that. Look at that. A place where one must struggle endlessly to survive the terrible unknown. So this was the kind of path Ishmael assailed before joining us. Wait till a rope train into a well. Oh, that whale is a tree. A tree of here. So this was the if only I'd known, then maybe I could have been more understanding of her. Really? The whale and all aquatic life in the Great Lake that we have encountered in Canto 5 have arm appendages. Ooh. I keep going back to my quarrel with Ishmael back at the boatworks. I can't stop thinking about it.
내려온 인어들은 처리했지만 시간을 지체한다면
We have dispatched the mermaids that descended onto the deck, but lingering any longer may draw the rest of them to us.
파티는 끝났다.
This party is over. Let's return to our ship. We left the cruise ship as fast as we could. Oh yeah. After an indeterminate amount of time. So we didn't find anything. I made the wrong call. I shouldn't have made such a rash decision. What? Really? I feel like you need to listen more to Ishmael in this case. The person who is more relevant to this area. Could have at least taken the food and drinks up. I'm not sure that's a good idea. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it is. I don't think I would have trusted it.
됐어요. 살아남았으면.
It's okay. At least we're still alive. And that was that. Ishmael didn't say more.
그래도 물자는 더
It is fortunate, however, that we procured ourselves some ration. The journey had... Okay, maybe they did take some food.
어이, 레이더 상에 아까는 잡히지 않았던 커다란
Hey,
것이 잡힌다.
the radar's caught something. It's large.
좌표의 중앙과 현저히 가깝네요.
That is very close to the center of the coordinates.
그렇다면 이 점이
Then that on the radar has to be
21구의 로보톰의 지분.
the lobotomy cope, branch of District 21.
잠깐 밖에서 바람 좀 쐬고 올게요.
I'm going out for some air. Ishmael slowly returned to the spot by the ship's railings where she stood, muttering to herself. For a moment, I wondered if I should follow her like I did earlier, but maybe. She wanted some time alone to think about things. I decided to leave her be.
정신 꽉 잡아.
Get your shit together.
그 감정을
View your feelings from them.
내단 하나의 목표.
I have a mission I must see through to the end. My one and only mission. I've sharpened my harpoon for that singular moment.
더 차가워지고.
I'm surprised the lobotomy copper branch is even above the water, considering every other one was buried. Yeah. Maybe they had some reasoning here. Maybe they needed to. Maybe they capped abnormalities here that needed to be above the water. I have to be colder. How sure?
나에게는
I have a mission that I can't fail.
그걸 방해하는 것들, 방해가 될 만한 것들은 전부.
And if anything even dares to stand in my way, I'll... Just say 5:30? Yeah, I do know it's 5:30.
마침내 돌아왔구나. 나의 스페셜 헤어 쿠폰. 혼자서 그 절묘함을 구현해보려 해도 도무지 완벽해지질 않았지. 이제야 발 뻗고 잘 수 있겠어. 얘들아, 철수다. 오늘은 이 형님이 쏜다.
There's larger problems in the ocean than the abnormalities. I can't imagine what they could do from inside away. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Borrow someone's Zwe Ishmael for 5:30. I was actually thinking of borrowing, seeing if I could borrow another middle character to go with my middle Heathcliff.
저거겠군.
Ah, there it is.
우리의 목적지 유사.
Our destination, the lobotomy cope branch of U-cope.
파일럿이가 말씀하신 생존자분들
You think they're still there? The survivors pilot mentioned?
살 수 있는 시간은 충분하오. 별일이 없을
Unless aught has transpired since then, we still have time aplenty. Middle Sinclair is likely the best option for borrowing if you're planning on borrowing a middle member. Ooh, okay. Oh, is this it? Oh, just a second. Look at that. Oh. Okay, wait. I'm going to hide chat real quick and me real quick. Ooh. Look at this. Look at it. It's definitely not normal for an Alicope branch. Oh, that's cool. This actually reminds me now There's a game. I did not finish it on stream. I didn't actually finish it off stream either, but we streamed the start of this game a while back at this point. I feel like not last October, but the one before. We streamed a game that took place on an oil rig at sea. That was a horror game. It still wakes in the deep, if you're wondering. This has a kind of structure, kind of similar to an oil rig. Even though the CG artist is still getting their footing in this Canto, they still did amazing, yes. As Sinclair and Desane shared their thoughts, the large structure loomed ever closer, out of the mist and into our line of sight.
오, 크리피하군.
Oh, creepy. Every sinner save for Ryoshu froze.
그러니까 저게 로보토미츠란 말이?
That's the lobotomy cope branch.
좌표 범위에서 한없이 중앙에 가까울 뿐더러
3 hours close as it is physically possible to be to the center of the area delineated by the coordinates. The structure's size and appearance matched the intel we received as well. I will say that structure didn't look very mobile, and I thought the structure was mobile to, you know, move from lake to avoid the waves. But maybe it is mobile. It just didn't look that mobile to me. It looked kind of solidly positioned. Maybe it's actually floating somehow. Yeah. It's... Though... Okay. Physically, the idea of being floating and then having legs going up further in some ways doesn't make a ton of sense to me. I feel like that messes up its stability, having legs going further up above flotation devices. The sight was enough to shut everyone up. To hope that there may be any survivors in this structure was far too optimistic a notion of what appeared before us. Speaking of, Pillowhead says the guys are alive in there. Don't worry, trust. Clearly you must be correct. The game. They're not optimistic about it.
흰 물체들의 사이로 로봇
I'm definitely super optimistic about this. Oh yeah. I observed the lobotomy cope ego between the white materials.
그럼 진짜로 저게
So that's really only the smeared logo of the lobotomy cope branch glistened amidst mounds of pallid, blasphemous white. This was the undeniable reality we found ourselves in.
대체 무슨 일을 겪으면
What the hell happened here?
파일럿 씨의 이야기대로라면
Pilot said that the last thing that the twin hook pirates said before leaving this place was
재앙이 오고 있다 였었나요?
the calamity is coming, wasn't it?
우리가 일을 시작한 지 얼마 되지 않았을 적의 일이 생각나는구려.
This sight summons to my mind memories from the earlier days of the company. The manner in which the organic tissues are plastered over the walls is reminiscent of that experience.
Tisa 지부대?
Palette is such a strange word, only heard in the context of something else. Which, you know, I think I often hear it just in... Okay, wait. What? I'm actually going to look up the exact definition by Merriam-Webster of pilot is, and I don't think is deficient in a color. But you know, I think I only hear it in the context of either eldritch or undead. Like zombies. Or similar. Back at the decope branch, right? I hope there's no poison gas trap or anything like that in here.
당시에는 배신자가 있었던 것
At
뿐이다.
decope there was a traitor in our midst. Thus it would be false equivalency to use that experience to gauge the intensity of this mission. Yeah. I really need to finish JJK. Fran really likes it. Oh, it's good. I have some complaints about it, but in general, JJK is very good. I'm planning on getting to reading the manga sometime. Reading the manga, picking up where the most recent season ended.
상황은 더
Because there's a certain... There's one or two characters I really like in it and I want to see more of, so I want to read the manga for that. Yeah, I don't think it'll be much better here, if not worse.
그럼
The
파일럿이
pilot's team is already...
인어가 되진 않았으면
We should consider them lucky if they haven't been turned into mermaids. Yes. I've seen so much spoilers for JJK. Lol. Yeah, there's a lot of people that use like meme formats and stuff, and after a certain episode happened, certain spoilers for JJK started just coming out of the woodwork, even outside of JJK communities. I don't know if any of that describes other people's experience, but... Pilot is quite the lucky person for not arriving here. Yeah, I believe I was saying that the pilot should absolutely not come with them. Like, no, don't. So the calamity was... The calamity that Pilot mentioned didn't destroy the lobotomy cope branch. It transformed this place into something uncanny. Something so grotesque that total obliteration would have been preferable to whatever happened here.
세상에는 다양한 형태의 재앙이 있기 마련이니까.
I just don't care for spoilers. There have been exceptions. The interesting thing is, sometimes in some stories, shows, video games, books, depending on where the story's from, in some instances I avoid spoilers completely, but in other instances I don't even remotely avoid spoilers. It really depends on the theme for me. Well, destruction isn't the only kind of calamity in this world.
이 대호수에서는 5가지 재앙이 존재한다.
The Great Lake is home to 5 calamities. Well, for now, I suppose.
무슨 뜻이요?
For now. Whatever do you mean?
뜻은
I meant that...
잘 알게 될
You'll find out soon enough. You're such an unhelpful guide, Virgil.
재앙은 아무리 조심하고 피하려 해도 찾아오는 법이에요.
It won't matter how careful you are. At the Great Lake, the calamities will always find you. The laws of the Great Lake don't apply to them. making it impossible to predict their patterns.
지금은 그 재앙이 남긴
I have a feeling we know it the right way. Now, that's the thing that occurred to me. So, I saw the lobotomy cope branch Alan White, and it occurred to me that there's something in Ishmael's story that's all white. I don't know exactly what's going on here. And now's the time to row your way into the ruins the calamity left behind.
로보토미 지부는
Take
바로
the
옆
skiff to the Lobotomy Cope branch. It's on the lake adjacent to this one.
만일의 상황을
I'll be keeping my distance
이
and
호수에서
watching from this lake,
대기하고
just
있도록 하지.
in case of an emergency. You're just going to be twiddling your thumbs. You're not going to be any help at all. Isn't that exactly why you should be coming with us?
저 양반 수업을 누가
Who knows what the guide bird's thinking, eh? After a quick tinkering from a post, the skiff tied to the side of Mephistopheles began its slow descent. Sometimes I wonder exactly why Virgil behaves the way he does. An idea that just popped in my head just now, and like I don't know exactly. I don't know whether this is, true, false, or but just a theory. Is maybe there's some reason that Virgil's presence could accidentally interfere with the golden bows, and thus make the objective of gathering the golden bows more difficult. I don't know. That's the only thing. Like, There needs to be a logical reason that he stays back so much. I don't know. Oh, Virgilius acts like this cause the group is 50% brain and 50% psychopathic trust. But they're all on this job. He's part of. He's hired by the same employer, right? Surely the employer doesn't pay him to sit there and twiddle his thumb for no reason. And there's got to be some logic to why he is hired as our guide. Like, we don't even know for sure yet. All we know is that he's not allowed to interfere without getting in trouble. I think there's got to be some sort of consequences to if he was to interfere. Probably, I think, consequences beyond just the rules of the company and the contracts. I think it's got to be some consequences beyond that. Like I'm not sure exactly what the consequences would be, but the one of the big things that occurs to me is maybe some effect with something with the golden bows. Contracts neatly worded to where bind at Virgilius. Yes, but why would those contracts be like that? Okay, anyways, After a quick tinkering from Faust, the skiff tied to the side of Mephistopheles began its slow descent. It's the same skiff we used to get to the cruise ship.
이 배는 여러모로 자주 쓰게 되네요.
We're getting a lot of use out of this boat. Always looking on the bright side.
조망만 해서 아까도 그랬지만 영 믿었지 않단 말이지.
I still don't trust the Steenie. It's too small. The small engine on the skiff revved gently and our short, sputtering journey to the lobotomy cope branch began.
호수에는 원래
Oh, lake's usually this foggy.
아까 호수도 그랬.
The lake earlier was pretty misty too.
주의하는 것이 좋겠어. 안개 속에서 갑작스레
We must
나타나는
remain
것은
ever
몸의
vigilant. Fogged up horizons, our climate quite ripe for an ambush. Forsooth, 'tis the number one rule of adventuring tales. Oh, look at this. Oh, it's creepy. There was a growing sense of trepidation among the sinners as we climbed the pale membrane enveloped stairs leading up to the lobotomy cope branch.
어때 단테? 황금가지.
The fact
느껴져?
that it can carry 13 full adults and their weapons is actually impressive of the little boat. That's what I've said. I'm like having trouble picturing it because like it describes as it as like a little dinghy, and I'm like, wait, how little? I love how Don Quixote is the personification of heroic brain rot. I mean, it's you know, source material. It's true to the source material. Not yet.
확실해?
You sure about that? Radia was visibly disappointed. Maybe she was half hoping that I'd tell her that the Golden about wasn't here. So we should turn around and head right back to Mephistopheles.
이런데 올 때마다 내가 유난 떠는 것 같긴 하지만 이번엔 좀 더 기분이 안 좋다.
I know I'm the worrywart of the team whenever we gotta check out places like this, but I have a real bad feeling about this, guys. The closer we got to the entrance, the more reluctant the Sneer's gates became, as though they were growing and increasingly weary that some unseen enemy could ambush them at any second.
뭐 하자는 거죠? 안 갈 건가요?
What's the hold up? Aren't you coming?
너는 아무렇지 않은 거야?
You did miss the winning down Baker run.
오히려 너같이 호수에 익숙한 사람이라면 더 강하게 느끼고.
Yeah. I was actually going to say what happened, but if you want to see, I think we did it in 3 runs through Dan Bake's fight. Don't you feel it? This dread. I thought it would affect you most. You're the one who spent years on the lake after all.
그래서 안 갈 건가요?
So, that's what's stopping you?
자,
It's
안 갈 사람은 여기서
wait by the
기다리던가요?
entrance if you're not going.
아저씨, 한참 전부터 저 자식은 말이 안 통했었는데.
You know, I
뭘
like Grago because he's chill and has a cool background. I like Grago. I like his there's something about the way he. How to even describe it? the way he in some way he's one of the better sinews at kind of he's usually I feel like he more often than others differs to whoever might be best for a given situation. It feels like he's better at assessing something and going, okay, this isn't something that plays to my strength, but it plays to this sinner's strength. But maybe that's he in some ways he's one of the less prideful sinners in that way. He yeah. Drago is a war veteran in the first smoke war, his arm given to him by his mother. Human actually shows. Oh, that's nice. I feel like, because like it feels like Cantos 3, 4, and 5 have been have been progressively at a different levels than especially Cantos 1 and 2, I feel. And as such I kind of feel like we missed out on getting as much like backstory about Drago in Canto 1. And I kind of feel bad that we missed out on some passable backstory then. What did you expect, mate? I've given up talking sense into here a while ago.
좀 협조적으로 바뀐 것 같아서.
I thought you'd gotten a bit more cooperative as of late. Guess I was wrong.
가긴 가야지.
I know that they'll be revisiting him, Radiance, and Clear later. Nice. Well, we do have to go. Ishmael appeared to be the only sinner uninterested in the Golden Bough. Oh, fascinating. The Golden Bough, the unfathomable, bone-chilling horrors of the lake. I was starting to believe that she considered all of that nothing but obstacles between here and her mission.
건물 전체를 덮고 있는 이 흰색 점막 같은 건
Oh, look at this. Ishmael's under a lot. Yeah. Look at this. The way the white membrane has creeped inwards. What may be this pale mucus membrane covering the entirety of the structure? Some kind of mold, maybe?
뭐
I like the small details of that. There is red and blue veins on roofs here. IF. I don't know IF, Ryoshu.
규율이라고 하기에는 다른 특징들을 지녀야 할 터.
Okay. We have reconnected. The stream has reconnected. That's fantastic. Okay. Ryushu just enjoys confusing people. No, it might have been my internet. I honestly don't know. I just know the stream disconnected for like 15 or 20 seconds there, and that scared me. I wasn't sure if it would be a poem longer. To identify it as fungi would require it to exhibit characteristics unlike the ones we can observe here.
내가 보아도 균류의 형태로는 보이지 않는 건.
I agree. They don't appear to be fungi. In fact,
살아있는 생체
they
조직으로
appear to be made of
혈관이
organic,
마구잡이로 생긴 것 같은 느낌.
living flesh tissue. See the blood vessels here? They've grown into random shape without purpose or intent.
어이가
Ah, creepy.
이렇게 알
Creepy.
못들이 많나.
Wow. Ridiculous. I am surrounded by IF. What? Okay, what is IF?
무슨 의미지?
What do you mean?
혼돈에서 피어난 작품에 패턴이 있을 거라고 보나.
Out reliant on the chaos of existence cannot create patterns such as these.
전체를 바라 멍치.
Look at the big picture, fool.
전체를 생각한다면 이렇게 필요치 않은 담론도
Okay, you want to just state it outright, Ryoshu? IF is insolent fool. Okay. Yeah. No, it's fun, guy. Gazing upon the big picture, I can only see a pointless disputation. It does not but wastes our vigor.
그대들도 멈출 생각은
You
아니지.
do not intend to stall?
저기
See,
이스마일 양은
There,
저만큼 같다.
Ishmael already walks at a few distance away from us. This is concerning. Greetings, salutations. Nice. Nice, up to 746. Okay. Time for a fight. Let's pull in Radia for maximum event points. Oh, whoops. Helps to not misclick. Okay, that's one with a tier 3 into the sunset. Oh, there's a tier 4. Yes, the Paladin Membrane does have some artistry in how it's devoid of... Yeah. Yeah, well, keep it as team.
저 살점을 찢으면 더 붉게 칠해지겠지?
Radian gives twining threads and not the nocturnal sweeping thing. Unless she's equipped with Into the Sunset. Into the Sunset gives nocturnal sweeping. So if Radian with Into the Sunset gives both. Don Quixote had stopped dead in her tracks. Use a different ID. Radian's not bad on this team. I mean, Rena Radian, I think, works well with my Rena Moose. So, am I running...
흥미로운 거라도 발견한 거야, 꼬맹이?
Wait. Don Quixote had stopped. I think I've got Rena Musso on my team, as well as Rena Faust and Rena Hanlu. And those four work well together, and they provide enough envy that I can power up my two envy characters that I think I'm also run, but I might have selected the wrong team. There's always a chance. See anything interesting, kiddo?
여기 벽에
Here, in the wall.
어?
Huh?
사람이 들어있어.
There is a person in this wall.
모형 아니야?
Maybe it's a sculpture.
모형이 이렇게나 생동감을 가질 수 있다면 내가 무릎을 꿇고 제대로
If there is
드리려고
anyone capable of sculpting something so true to life as this, I'll drop everything and plead the artist to take me in as their student. Don Quixote becomes emo Quixote in Canto 7. I really can't wait for Don Quixote's story. No, the people of pilot. Are they the people the pilot was looking for?
사람 파일럿이가 찾던
이보시오, 괜찮은 것인가?
Oh, look at them limbs and hands sticking out of the well. This reminds me of a scene from another game. How heed mine words?
대체 거기에 말을 왜 거는 거야?
Why the heck would you tag to it?
이것 보시오, 이자 살아있어.
Behold, this man is alive.
진짜
Oh, that's
이렇게 소원되는 기분 느끼는 거
worse than
오랜만이야.
if this man was dead. Oh no. Oh, this is the worst. This is the absolute worst. It makes me real queasy.
이보게들 꺼내줘야지 않겠어?
How, my friends? This man is alive. We must free him from this band. Post haste. I don't know. I don't know if you want to free him.
그러고 싶어도 이미 늦은 것 같기도 하네.
Even if we wanted to, looks like it's a bit late for him.
잘라내지 않고서 꺼내놓을 방법이 있나
Total
싶은데
assembly is the only way I see it ever getting out of there.
뭐라?
What? Well, by now we should be getting used to these failures.
단단히 벽에 박혀 있다. 일반적인 힘으로는 분리조차도 어렵다.
The body is firmly lodged in the walls. No ordinary human strength could separate his body from it.
하지만 일반적이지 않은 힘으로
With superhuman strength, you risk tearing the body to several parts.
용서할 수 없는 악의 소행이.
Fie! This is an evil that cannot go unanswered.
억지로 쑤셔넣은 흔적은 없어 보이는데 놀라워.
They got molded into the walls. I'm just going. Okay, because I keep thinking about it, I'm just going to crack and say what it is that I'm thinking about. Here, there's this story in this game that I like, and the game Magic the Gathering. It's got a story to it, and one of the characters, in fact, my favorite character in that game. It can shape stone, and she traps a bunch of her enemies in the stone walls of a castle. I am extremely oversimplifying it, but she traps them in the walls of the castle. Yeah. And this reminds me of that.
아주 자연스럽게 전시되어 있군. 원래 이렇게
This is quite a natural exhibition, as though this was how it was conceived from the very beginning. I'm gonna go now. See ya. Thanks for dropping in. I hope you have a good one. Make sure you use middle cliff on 5:30. I will.
이번에야말로 구할 수 있을 거라고
Make absolute sure you do.
약속까지 했는데.
Ryoshu's perspective is always valuable in these situations. She always views everything through the lens of art, yeah. I thought it would be different this time. We made a promise, gave our vote. Well, I think you can see where the mistake was. The mistake was making that promise, Sinclair. You should learn that your company here turns to tragedies, not happy endings. Unlike the other scenarios, Ishmael didn't even spare a glance to those that were trapped within the walls.
관리자님, 저것들을 쳐다보고 있다고
Manager,
황금가지가 나타나는 것도
staring at
아닌데.
them won't magically
말씀 좀
summon the
하시죠.
golden bow to your palms. Say something we can get a move on. So we can get a move on. I guess there's nothing we can do for them. Still.
저는 누누이 말했어요.
And I've
쓸데없이 시간을
And
쏟고
I've
싶지
said
않다고.
repeatedly that I don't want to waste time.
이곳에선 호수의 규칙을
We
신경
don't
쓰지
have to
않아도
worry about the laws of
좀
the
더
lake here.
느긋하게 가도
So why don't we make this a more leisurely... Oh, Hanlo.
둘러봐도 역시 아무도 없는 게 확실할 테니까요.
We're not doing this leisurely when we're surrounded by this creeping white flesh membrane. We're not doing anything leisurely here. Sure, look all around all you want, but you won't find any survivors here.
여기 있지 않은가?
A testament against thy claim is right here.
살아있는 척하는 것들이잖아요.
Those things aren't really alive. They're only pretending to be. You see, they're kind of connected with this membrane. Yet,
이건 아무리 봐도 그것이고 그것이 지나간 자리에 멀쩡한
I
사람이 있어.
recognize these. They're ruin, left behind by the thing. The thing that leaves nothing unchanged in its wake.
그것은 순식간에 모든 걸 집어삼키기도 하지만
Ishmael, are you the most reliable listener because you're Ishmael, or are you Ishmael because you're the most reliable? I really wish they would listen to Hirmo in this canto and pay more attention to her in this canto. It could swallow the wallet in the blink of an eye, but it also spews it back out just as quickly.
그리고
And what it spews out never comes
결코
back
온전한 형태로 할 수
right.
없다고.
The thing that I am hung up on that Virgil said,
웃기잖아요.
you'll see,
그렇게 뱉어낼 거라면
like, there's something about the 5 calamities of the lake, and he's like, oh, well, actually, I guess only 4 now, or something. I can't remember exactly how he put it, but the thing about Virgil amending his count of the calamities of the lake from 5 to 4. Isn't it funny? If it's going to spew it out anyway, what's the point of devouring it in the first place?
왜 마주하는 온갖 것을 다 삼키려고 하는지조차 모르겠어.
I don't understand. Why does it try to devour everything it comes across? Are you talking about the same whale you mentioned before?
그 어떤 모험담에도 그런 어마무시한 고래에 대한 이야기는 없었어. 정말 고래가 맞는가?
In In no tales of adventure have I heard one mention of such a terrifying whale. Is it truly a whale?
그러게 준비가 더 필요하다고 말해.
I can only guess someone dealt with one of them.
마음가짐이라도 되는
Maybe one of the like Calio fixers, maybe. Maybe Virgil is in a Discord channel with the other Calio fixers, and one of them was like, yeah, killed Calamity number 4 on Tuesday, and he's like, ah, cool. You up for gamers and Friday. Hello. Something. Then why didn't you listen when I told all of you that we weren't ready? If you did, at least we could have been in the right headspace for the lake. But no. So you're saying that whale you met devoured this building?
네.
Virgilius definitely only lingers in the channel. He doesn't even react to anybody. Yeah, that's true. He's definitely not the one that said up for games on Friday. They have to pin him directly and specifically if they want a response from him for anything. How can you be sure of that?
그 고래가 지나온
Because this pale ruin is what the whale leaves behind. Everything turns pallid like this building. Have you beat anyone at 80-dimensional chess? I don't really actually play 80-dimensional chess often. Oh. Let's see. Huh?
Yes.
I have a visual on a suspicious individual.
환상체일까요?
Maybe it's an abnormality. We're in a lobotomy cop branch after all.
그래.
That was my attempt to do the voice there of the LCCB agent or something. Yeah, let's just say that that's what it is and chop it down.
잠깐.
Wait.
잠깐만요.
Wait a minute.
생존자일 수도 있어요.
That might be a survivor. I feel like you were the one saying that there weren't to be any survivors. Paul, didn't you say there wouldn't be any survivors left here? Which is it?
그래서 더 놀라워서 그래요.
I did, and that's why it's so incredible.
어이,
Hey! Ishmael, you shouldn't get so close to... Ishmael strides towards the figure.
이스마엘 씨가
Maybe she's been mind-controlled by an abnormality.
그런 징후는 없었다. 저자의 눈빛은 지극히 평소와 같다.
No such signs have been detected. There is nothing out of the ordinary in her eyes. The closer Ishmael gets, the more of the figure's body is taken over by the pallid, off-white membrane. The voice grows increasingly incoherent. Oh, look at that! It's horrifying, but cool at the same time.
말도 안 돼.
Manipulate Gam in a New York shadow. That's impossible.
분명
Just now,
지금까지
it was
사람의
talking
말을 하고 있었어요.
like a human. Ishmael,
봤잖아요.
you saw it
분명-
too. Just now, it's Ishmael. You have to get away from.
이럴 리가 없어.
No, this can't be real. If what I've known my whole life about this place is about the Great Lake.
지금은 감정의 동요가
She is
발생.
experiencing heightened emotions. Damn it, Ishmael. She's crashing out right now. I mean, it's here Canto, so you know. I feel like it's each sinner's opportunity to crash out when it's new Canto. They're permitted that opportunity. I could have asked one of the sinners to stop her, but before I even realized what I was doing, I was running toward Ishmael. I think it was guilt that pushed me to act. Guilt that I may have played a part in driving Ishmael to this point.
단테, 그대가 나서서는
Dante, you mustn't. Oh. But guilt can sometimes help. What? Just a moment, I need a drink, but what? The figure's face shifted again when I approached Ishmael. The white membrane covering their face begins to withdraw, as though an unseen force is peeling it off the skin. Why? You don't need a drink, you want one? I need a drink to continue doing voices at the same quality. There. The mouth didn't come back, but the eyes looked at us were unmistakably human shaped. Oh, that's so creepy though. The mouth didn't come back. Oh, that creeps me out. Oh, I have seen some TV shows where characters' mouths are removed. And I find it so creepy. I don't know why there's something about this that particularly creeps me out. They were blinking with effort.
되돌아왔어.
The membrane is gone?
관리자님이 가까이 다가가니까
This, when you approached it, this damn white membrane, it faded.
기가
황금 가지에 의한 중화 작용을
Was it
보이는
an effect of Dante? It appears that the golden bow is counter. I'm not reading this in a voice. It appears that the golden bow is counteracting its effects. It's the blinking in Morse code. Oh yeah, somebody count! Maybe because a facial feature that should be on your face yet isn't. It's probably a mix between like the kind of innate human fear of the uncanny valley at the same time as like in some ways someone's mouth getting taken away in some ways takes away more of the agency as a human than another part of losing another part of them. Faust approached us.
단테 씨의 머릿속에 있는
Dante,
그
it appears
황금가지의
that the
조각은
shroud of the golden bow lodged into your clock is counteracting the infection of this palladification effect to a degree. Are we just going to skip over that? If this is something I knew before, I didn't remember it. Dante's got the shroud of the golden bow lodged in the clock. The figure, whose mouth was still wrapped under a pallid membrane, blinks wearily, as though they could understand what we were saying.
중화요?
Counteracting?
아니, 그럼 황금 가지가 있으면
Wait, so with a golden bow,
인어가
a mermaid can...
지금
A mermaid can turn back into a human? Is that what you're saying?
제가
Did
잘
I get
이해했어요?
that right?
파우스트?
Faust? Is there someone you know who became a mermaid, Ishmael, who you want to turn back into a human? Was it really brought up before this? So I'm guessing it's either a even though I don't think we've seen either character in this, I'm guessing it's either a character named, and I don't know anything about these characters in the game, but I've read Moby Dick. I'm guessing the character, if there's a character turned into a mermaid that we want to turn back into a human, it's either Ahab or Queequeg. Just from my knowledge of Moby Dick. While that theory has not been properly cross-examined,
가능성
just tell me if it's possible. Though it was cute, I've never heard such intense desperation in her voice before.
네. 적어도 이곳을 먹고 지나갔다고 추정되는 고래의
Yes,
연어들은
although it may be
그럴 수
limited
있다고
to
판단됩니다.
mermaids, of the whale that presumably devoured this structure. Oh, just the mermaids of this one. But is that good enough for you, Ishmael? Manager!
관리자
Dante! Just what are you?
꾸역꾸역
Realizing that there was something that I could have done. The memories of that day. The nightmare that I tried so hard to lock away.
자꾸만 눈앞에서 그려지잖아요.
They're coming right back, right before my eyes. Yes, Ishmael, this was expected for the things of your past to be relevant, because this is always how it is.
저 고래에게 토해져 버린 채로
I can see them, vomited from that whale, sinking, floating in the briny sea. All of them. Ishmael looked at me with a vacant expression.
당신에겐
You hear it too, don't you?
그날의 파도 소리
You hear how the waves rode that day? Ishmael was right. Emotions of the past begin flooding, rowing before me. Ishmael. She stands alone in a sea of tall rolling waves. I nodded carefully.
저는 항해사였죠.
Once I was a seafarer. Allow me to contain my shock.
해결사기도 했고.
A fixer, a sailor.
그런 어중간한
I was something in that awkward middle ground, which we called whalers. Whalers. You know, that road feels like it has very different meaning potentially in this world than in our world. Yeah. Who could have expected that Ishmael had been at sea?
아세요?
Do you understand? No. Do you see them?
모든 걸 걸고 있고.
Do you see the looks on the faces of those who dared to wager everything, and those who had nothing left to wager?
그런 것들을 태우고
Whaling ships carry people like them across the waves. Wait, what am I looking at here? This looks like it's sideways. I couldn't decide if it was sinking or if the sea was this way and we were just looking at the whole picture sideways. I've been playing Genshin co-op and asking them if they like gummy bears, and a lot of them said no. They've got to be lying at their shadow, and they... there can't be a large portion of people who dislike gummy bears. So, you've seen it yourself? The whale that devoured this place?
지금까지 우리가 만났던 고래들은
The
사람을
whales...
삼키면
The whales we've met so far
바뀌게 만들죠.
transform those they devour into something completely different. Into something utterly unrecognizable from who they were before by rearranging and replacing their whole body.
하지만 그 고래는 달라요.
But that whale is different.
그 창백한 고래에게 삼켜진 이들은
Those devoured by the pallid whale aren't transformed.
모두 그 형태가
They're still themselves, just wrapped in a pale membrane.
그걸 온전하다고 하긴
I guess it's a stretch to say that they're still themselves. Are you going to play the entirety of Canto 5 here? I'm guessing that. The cantos seem to just be getting longer and longer. My intent is we're probably going to stream for maybe an hour and a half more. Maybe we stream for 2 more hours to make up for the fact that we started like 20 minutes late. Oh, my streams are typically about 4 hours long. But sometimes we go longer, sometimes we go shorter, depending on circumstances. I mean, sometimes I get sleepy early and I'm like, yeah, we got to wrap this up. But, you know. They do get longer. It seems like... actually, it seems like most of the Canto... Most of the gacha, that's the word I was trying to say, but I said Canto. Most of the gacha games I play feel like their storylines are getting longer and longer. How did I read this? I did.
바다를 향해 키를 조종할 때가 간혹 있었죠.
sometimes we'd sail our ship towards the outskirts.
그러면 그 온전한 척하는
There
바다에
we'd
떠
see
있죠.
those ships. Those palace ships.
선체 전체가 하얗게 변해.
The ships that have turned completely pallid. They get longer, but that means we get to spend more time with extremely fan character. Yeah. It also means it's harder to keep up with games when they make when a live service game makes its story chapters longer, though. Oh, what is that noise? They have some interesting sound effects.
고래잡이 사이에선
It's an old wisdom among whalers that those ships must be avoided at all costs,
전설처럼 전해져 오죠.
even if it meant going all the way around the lake they're in. What is a live service game? A live service game is any game. Okay, some people use different definitions, I think, of live service game, but I would say that a live service game is any game that the general audience, that there's an expectation of continuous updates as part of the game. It's an old wisdom among whalers that those ships must be avoided at all costs, even if it meant going all the way around the lake they're in.
그 배는 원래 타고 있던 선원이 가지고 있던 습성과
Because the sailors
능력은 바꾸지
consumed
않았지.
by that whale retain everything. Their habits, their skills,
그저
except they wander around the lake, only to attack everything they come across. The captain of the Pequod, our ship,
그자의 목표가 그거였지.
she had a mission to hunt that pallid whale with her own two hands.
그 안에서 생활하는 내내
The entire time we sailed on the Pequod, she sermonized our ears off about what a worthy, honorable mission it was to hunt that whale.
귀가 따갑기도 했고
It was annoying, and we knew that she wasn't exactly all there, but
아니지. 어쩌면
no.
우리를 미치게 하는
Maybe she just knew how to sink the rest of us to the depths of hero's insanity.
어느새 우리도 그 창백한 고래를 잡는 것만이
She sounds as rational as her book counterpart. Exactly. Yeah. Your mission soon became our very own. To hunt that pallid whale became our salvation, our destiny.
배 안에 모두를 미쳐버리게
That
만든
captain drove everyone on that ship mad.
결국 우리는 미움과 모든 악을 뿜어낸다는 그 고래를 마주하게 되었고
When the time finally came to face that whale, the whale from which all hatred, all evils of the world spout. Okay. Is this our first proper look at it? The eyes look cavernous, and the teeth. The teeth are like strangely. Well, first off, sharp. Whales don't have sharp teeth, and second off, jagged. At least I did. Am I crazy? No, I don't think whales have sharp teeth. And second off, they're like jagged, and they're almost when the whale actually appears, it's gonna be so much more cooler. And I can't wait, but I feel like it's going to be a while yet. Because these cantos are long. And... the... The teeth almost have this aspect that reminds me of, like... Almost reminds me of, like, when you get, like, a wooden splinter in your skin and it's, like, sticking out jagged at an angle. That's what the teeth here remind me of. The teeth here are not organized. They're not... in a normally coherent pattern, which is just an interesting thing about them. Yeah. We were promptly crushed, devoured, reduced to a scattered pile of driftwood. And I came to floating in the vast coldness of the sea, holding on to my dear life to a piece of driftwood. There was nothing left. Nothing. You know... Okay. Just attacking IRL, getting thrown overboard and like holding onto a piece of driftwood of our dear life floating on the ocean is like a really bad situation to be in. But in this lake place, it seems so much worse. Because there's all of these rules of the lake you're expected to obey while adrift. It's like, wow. That seems rough. And when I realized what I was holding onto wasn't a piece of driftwood, but wow. Okay, wow. Oh, not a piece of driftwood. That's a creepy realization. That's why I can never forgive you. At a certain point, this stopped being a conversation. You know, I kind of feel bad for this LCCB agent who seems to have been poutily, I don't know, scared, is that the word, of this white membrane, but we're like just not doing whatever might need done to get that mouth uncovered from the right membrane. So they're just like standing beside during this conversation, just like blinking at us. Just like, hey, do you like gummy bears, doll, like I do? It's not my favorite treat, but I like them. That LCCB agent is just forced to listen to a monologue. It's compelling, but extremely rude. Yeah! I mean, come on, people. A time and a place for a breakdown, Ishmael. Now it was clear what Ishmael's mission was. Where the tip of her razor-sharp harpoon aimed. It was aimed at the captain that drove them all to damnation. An overwhelming tide of hatred and obsession burned fiercely in her direction. Whoa! Since when did obsession become involved in a story about a white whale? Obsession has never been a factor in a story like this before. This is a new thing. I'm going to kill her with my own two hands. There is no room for reason or rationality to convince her otherwise. I suppose bringing up that I saw from Ishmael's obsession. A glimpse of her old captain. Won't do anything to help right now. Ishmael, we don't even know if that captain is still alive. I was desperately hanging on to my past mate's coffin. The coffin of someone with whom I'd shared everything. That's when I, through the tempest, saw the captain. I saw the fucker standing alone, pacing down that whale as it devoured his ship, laughing mad. Her fiercely loyal crew were floating on the surface of the outskirts sea, powerless to do anything but wait until they too were devoured. But none of that mattered to her. That bastard is alive. She has to be alive still. She has to be. So I have to find you. We have to. Not before we kill the captain. Yeah, Tempest is the name of a bad storm and a slime shadow. Ishmael is tweaking so hard. Yes. I love it. I wanted to ask her which we she was referring to, but I was starting to think it's nothing I say would improve anything. If it didn't outright bring in everything crashing down. That was when an imperceptibly light breeze broke through the silence. You know what it is? It's the LCCB agent has just grown so frustrated with you knowing them that they're trying to get your attention. What? A solitary butterfly. I'm not so sure about this. It moved with grace, tinged with fragility, as though it did not fear the weight of this heavy silence. It took a moment to gently flutter onto a paddle. That is a butterfly. For our possibly smartest sinner, that is a remarkably mundane observation of Faust.
보통의 나비가 이런 곳을 날아다니고 있을 거라고 생각하나?
You think any ordinary butterfly would wander into a place like this? Yeah, where would we be without Faust's observation? All of us would be looking up in a dictionary. What is this thing that's just landed in this puddle? But here we have Faust. Now we know what it is. After a quick respite, the butterfly fluttered its wings and took off once again.
마치 따라오라는 것 같아요.
It's like the butterfly is asking us to follow. Oh, that sounds so safe.
한 성체가 코빼기도 안 보이더니 드디어 나타난 건가?
Is it an abnormality? Finally, I was wondering when they'd show the ugly marks. It might be a trap. But we're lost. It's the only thing with any sense of direction we have at the moment.
찬성하겠소.
I didn't actually realize they were lost. I didn't see anything really signifying of that. I am in agreement. What if you made clock ticking noises when narrating Dante? Back when we started, I was considering multiple things for narrating a Dante. Like, I was considering doing like something like a filter, or maybe slightly robotic, or slightly like a radio filter. We kind of ended up just settling on, for Dante, I would do my normal speaking voice for the most part. But I considered different things.
나 개인에게도
I am also quite intrigued by the butterfly. Is it because it has wings? The poor LCCB agent.
이들은 계속
Oh, what do you think they are saying?
무어라 하고 있지는 않았어.
I have been lending them my ear, yet none has yet to reach me.
일정한 규칙성을 띠고 있긴 하지만
They are speaking in a certain pattern, though I am unable to decipher it.
일종의 부호 같은 느낌이죠.
It is a code
음파와 암호
of
패턴의
sorts,
체계를 활용하고
a mix
있습니다.
of sound frequencies and encryption patterns. Dan Quixote was at the far back end of the line, looking back at the figure. I suppose, is it true that without money to acquire, there could be no resolution to thy predicament? When I walked away, the pallid membrane grew over the face again, burying it, and it began to shamble. Is it as Ishmael sad? Will they now roam the Great Lake, attacking everyone and everything they come across? I've been thinking of making an entirely Geo team in Genshin. I have one of those, Shadow, except... Okay, almost. We won't cribble over details right now, but sort of... Not only their physical selves, but also their sense of self, forgotten deep under the pallid membrane. Okay. Been a bit since the last fight. Oh no! Can't get triple on V.
감상은 어떤가요?
나쁘지 않아요.
Okay. Okay, we can get up to 3 on V here.
그래.
Then next turn, and after if we get triple, we can get thermal blades going. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Pillow. I don't use defense skills as often as I should. Like, yeah, yeah. I don't think I'm going to need to do that here, but I really should bear it in mind more. Yeah, we can just do that, and we're getting the triple purple.
이거 분강 맞지?
일어나! 아직 일어나! 아직 한 번은 죽어야 한다고.
다음에 술
얼마만큼은
당신을
못하지만
소재로 써보고
나도
싶습니다.
녹이면서 뵐 수 있거든.
Okay. Ooh. There we go.
어디에서도
There we
볼
go.
수 없을 색채로.
거탕을 새겨주지.
더 야성적인 깊이로.
의식 불명. 좋아, 한 줄 지워주지.
What? Demon they're fighting is creepy looking. Oh, teens rather.
왜? 좀
훌륭한 반말만 해.
보여드려야겠군요. 왜냐면 예술을.
Okay. Oh. Woo. Am I? Oh no, it doesn't work. They're all staggered. So I remembered
디테일 진짜 장난 아니던데.
that
이렇게 하는 건가?
Ishmael has this special
이렇게?
at 6 plus some of envy, a resonance suit, and we've got lots of envy here, but they're not attacking. So wait, and that's a counter, right?
디테일 진짜 장난 아니던데. 이렇게 하는 건가?
No, oh, who knows? I might be misunderstanding it. Use Violet Breaking Slam as counter, but they're not attacking. So. Ooh, closing time.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색채로. 저희 영감을 이끌어 주시는군요.
되겠냐고요.
필살! 바이올렛 브레이크 슬램!
약지에 감긴 새 바퀴의 반지는 마에스트로가 되기 위해
I'm
인정받은
really
세 가지
pulling his weight.
비록 지금 제 작품이 만인의 신금을 울리지는 못하더라도 여전히 반지에 부끄럽지 않은 작품을 선보이고 있는 것 같네요.
I'm curious what that puts me at for the band. Ooh, 266, 333. Is it true that antimatter is evil? No. Oh, wait, that's training the thread. What about... Okay, I think I'm trying to get all of the yellow back systems, then I'm going to move on to thread here. These are all cosmetics, right? Those are all cosmetics. And this is an announcer? Yeah, so I just want to get the yellow boxes because I love these things. That puts me at 475 yellow boxes. Yay! And I can get 23 out of 80, which adds up to 115. How am I on this? The announcer is really fun, but the yellow box is out of. Yeah. Oh, with that you can get 2 3-star IDs. Yeah, I've got lots of yellow boxes. I'm a tone on what to spend them on first, because there's. Yeah, I should remember. I'll grab that, and then I'll get. Wait, 3. Is it? Yeah, I've got a bunch of the yellow boxes, and I'm toning what to spend them on first, because I think there's some characters and egos that I could shout that might be better than others. So if you spend 200 in a sinner, you want it to. Yeah, this is maybe an average of like over 900 shouts. So like I could easily like get some stuff, but now there's like multiple things I'm taking into consideration with my fancy yellow boxes, and the thing is, there's some scenarios that I want, some scenarios that I want because they're like good for. Okay, like for instance, it would be neat to get index proxy Don Quixote, because she works well with my my House of Spiders index newsfather. And it would also be neat to get more middle IDs to work with Middle Big Brother, but there's also my favorite team, my Burn team, could use more characters, and I could get the Burn Grager right now. Oh, is Middle Ishmael a bit behind? You're right. I do have spare tickets. Are there any other characters I've been using in the main team? This is the team I've been using. I should level him up. Oh, also, I should level both of these two up. And another character I would kind of, I've considered using shouts to get right now is the character we've been using as support, Reen of Hauviest Docent, because she plays very well with the Reen Musso, and I also want Don Office Fixer Sinclair for my Burn team. He seems quite cool, though his colors on here don't work as well with the main Burn team, but he still has Wrath. And of course, I mean, speaking of colors not working well, but still being great for the Burn team, where is she? Magic Bullet Otis. But Arena of Harvest Docent Radiance clashing is kind of weird, but either way good to apply status effects out. I've one thing I did find recently, I've just been generally enjoying running the Arena team in Mirror Dungeon. It's just been fun. There. There we go. That gets us maximum event stuff and go.
4, 3, 1, 시작.
I've been particularly enjoying how Arena Near's father and Arena Princess play.
감상은 어떤가요?
거창을 새겨주지.
But at the same time, I feel my favorite team is currently kind of underpowered, my Bruno team. And I'd like to get them a little more powered.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색채로.
의식불명. 깨달은 소리를
몰라 열받죠. 이러면 아무것도 못하죠.
Which I suppose is one reason to pull on the Muso banner. To power up my burn team, potentially. Hero methods to activate Harvest Radiance foam change. You skill a 3 when used on an enemy with 5+ types of negative effects. Changes to boost both the... So... Funny enough, I feel like running in the middle Big Brother Heathcliff is actually making it a lot more difficult for me to activate her foam change, because if I didn't have him on the team, I would probably have my other Heathcliff. What's he called? The other Heathcliff. You branch Heathcliff, and he consistently applies Boon and Rapture to enemies, which makes it a lot easier to activate, since that's 2 more types that the rest of my team is not applying nearly as consistently.
재밌겠는데? 이거 분강 맞지? 야! 필살! 바이올렛 브레이크 슬램!
더 야성적인 깊이로.
No, I didn't know about that rate transformer. I don't do as much to learn the characters that I don't actually have yet.
나도 녹이면서
I'll
할수
admit.
있거든.
In some ways, it's easier for me to properly learn abilities by playing with them.
그래, 내가 왔다.
어중간한 예술은
거창을 새겨주지.
몰라 열받죠? 이러면 아무것도 못하죠.
보여드려야겠군요. 왜냐면 예술을
Do I want to do anyone's egos? No, she's at 030. Do I want to do... I don't know. Let's battle with... Don't really need to. This is big tune for Hanlu.
그래, 내가 왔다.
Oh, I could have used defense to ensure I get two
너 금강 맞지?
Hanlus.
필살 발렛 브레이크 슬램
의식 불명. 좋아, 한 줄 지워주지.
But I think it's fine.
퇴장 시간이 되었답니다.
There we go.
그럼
Closing time.
항상 저희 영감을 도와주시는 분
항상
이제야
성골과
친해졌네요.
24개의 늦골이 자아내는 TBI의 멜로디가
Look at that picture of the whale. This time not in sepia tones.
점점 인어들의 숫자가 적어지고 있어요.
The mermaids, I think there's less of them now. Someone stood there, waiting for us. You must have arrived here much earlier than we have.
오시는 길이 영 편치는 않았겠어.
Ooh. Quite the arduous journey you've endured. The butterfly we were following folded its wings and settled gently into his sloshing head. I feel like I have rarely heard anyone's head described as sloshing. But I mean, yeah, I suppose there are times that it makes sense to call a head slashing. The figure's voice was clear and precise, unlike that of the mermaids, and not like an abnormality. What is it?
멀쩡한 생존자는 없을 거라고
I
했는데.
didn't expect to find any unharmed survivors. Is that a survivor? No, wait, is he a distortion?
야, 시계 대가리. 저거 네
Oh
친구야?
wait, Clockhead! You friends with that bowlhead! Heathcliff, I feel like there's something rude about this assumption.
아, 뒤틀림이면 그
A distortion? Like that bean buns bow and fry you Zonu from earlier?
논란이 많고요.
I see that many of you are flummoxed by my appearance.
이건 세상을 바라보는
This is but one of the many ways one may choose to understand the journey that is the world.
그렇게 소설하실 이유가
So,
있겠소만.
please do not be so weary. I'm tweaking this a little. 1 second. Does it sound more like what I want here?
오, 머리가 찰랑찰랑거려.
Oh, thy head splishes and splashes so!
별이 꺼진 하늘 아래에서 언젠가 맞이할 그날을
Under the night sky, where the stars have gone out, I await the coming dawn.
림이라 불러줘.
Call me Rim.
통성명할 생각은 없으니
We're not here to introduce ourselves, so why don't we cut to the chase?
이곳에 온 이유를 대라.
How do you understand the world by changing your brain case into a fishbowl? What is the deal with this fishbowl? Explain yourself. You must have some reason for coming to this mad mermaid-infested place. Yeah.
분명 시추선에 정박해 있는 건 우리가 타고 온 보트 단 한
Seems
척뿐이야.
unlikely that you're just coincidentally here. And we didn't see any other boat than our own by the decks of this structure.
내가 바다를 건너려고 한다면 배는 필요 없다네.
I'm adjusting it because I feel like I can get a battery effect. I have no need of ship should I wish to cross the ocean.
이곳은
I am simply here to have a look at all of you.
와, 인기가 많아진 기분인걸요?
Wow, we're really starting to put our name out there. And as always, Hanlu, I feel like you've leapt to the wrong conclusion.
그대들은
I mean, maybe I'm wrong.
주는 곳을 향하는 자들이지.
You are those... I know what I'm doing now. You are those who follow the bow's golden ray.
그걸 알면서 우리를 보러 왔다는 거야.
Okay, if you're here to see us, knowing what we're looking for,
설마 그거야?
no way are you about to tell us where the golden bow is. Isn't it obvious that he's here to stop us from...
맞소.
Yes, indeed I am.
요새 왜 이러지?
Man, I'm really off my game.
이 건물 안에서 찾으려고 한다면 그저 시간을
To seek the bow within this structure is to understand the futility of time. I still can't sense the golden bow this deep into the branch. There was truth to what he said. The bow was no longer here.
그렇다면 어디로 가야 한다는 것인가?
Then where must we journey?
가지에 이끌리는 게 비단 그대들뿐이 아니라는
I am certain that you are already aware that there are parties other than your own that are interested in the bows.
심지어
You have surrendered one to them after toiling for it, in fact.
어떻게 그것까지 아는 거지?
How do you know that?
원래는 외곽만을 떠돌아야 할 고래도
The whale, once fated to roam the outskirts for all eternity, is now drawn by that same incandescent gilded calling.
황금 가지로 인해
So you're saying that the whale came from the outskirts all the way to the Great Lake of Ucope for the golden bow?
틀림없이. 그리고
Quite. And swallowed this structure whole with that delicate bow.
여기에다가 한
The abnormalities here have also laughed with that magnificent yet fragile whale, drawn by that self-same calling.
그러니
What you seek is no longer to be found here.
그런 정보를 왜 저희에게
Excuse me, why are you sharing this information with us?
황금 가지가 누구의 손에 들어가든
It matters not who lays claim upon the golden bow, or to what end they use it. It is no more than a mere flattering of our wings.
우린 단지
Or we simply seek to steer the echoes of that flattering toward a better direction.
우리? 누굴 말하는 거지?
We? Who are you talking about?
모든 걸 지켜보며 때를 기다리는 별의 주인들 자들이요.
We are those who watch all, those who bide the time, those who will be sovereigns of a star. You know who he reminds me of currently? I can't remember the character's name. But this guy Rim reminds me a little bit of the guy who showed up at the end of Canto 3 and helped Sinclair. Because and I need to just stop clicking my pen for a minute. Damien, right. Both of whom have shown up seemingly kind of out of nowhere and been mysterious and kind of helpful too. And I'm not sure. It's kind of interesting. They've both kind of just shown up, been helpful, kinda mysterious, and both have kind of just been there. Kind of actually makes me wonder if there's any way the two characters are connected. Yet, we are those who cannot all embody the same star. A Radmauk briefly flashed on his head. He only speaks in riddles, yet alas he can't answer one himself. I've seen that Mauk before.
지켜본다라.
Those who watch, you say? Isana shot a silent gaze in Rim's direction. Rim,
그렇다면 그대는
have you also watched the breaking of the League then?
과거의 벗들이
Have you any idea what fate has befallen our old fellows?
알고 있어.
I do.
그 또한 지켜보기.
Yet you have done not but observe.
이상 씨.
Is he one of your old friends, Isan?
그대들도 잠시 겪었던 면면이요.
About. Nope, I don't know why I turned that on for Isan. A part of my life that you have witnessed of all.
구인회가
One of those who left when the League of Nine scattered into the winds.
내게는
You have last uttered to me that you would journey to the ocean yet.
그래. 나는 한때 그중 하나이랬지.
Indeed, I was one of them once. I shall answer your question, Isan.
내가
You ask whether I have done naught but watch.
그것은 오문이요.
That is a question born of vacuity.
자네는 구인회가 끝장이 났다.
For you, the League is dead. Yet for some, its death was but a beginning.
자네가 가장
I am certain that you are well aware of that yourself.
그 상태가 끝인가
When does something end? When does something begin?
싶어도 의미가 없어.
The distinction is arbitrary and signifies not.
깨짐은 영지형에게도
The shattering of the League was a beginning for Brother Yanji as well.
Are you Yanji then?
그래.
I see.
일찌감치
You have cast it aside long time ago.
세상의 줄기를 볼 수 있게 된 걸세.
My eyes were simply opened to the stem of this world.
간결하고 중요한 단 하나의 줄.
The singular yet all-important stem.
그것만 느낄 수 있게 된다면 그 외의 것들은
Once your eyes are opened to it, everything else becomes
낙화와 같이
as hollow as the pile of wilted petals.
이거 하나만 대답해 주세요.
I just need to know one thing.
당신의 말대로 이곳을 삼킨 고래가 황금 가지를 먹었다면
Doesn't he remind
그
you of
가지가
some?
정말로
I'm not sure. I wonder who Yanji is, you know, in the... Yeah, I remember... The weird floaty attitude and the blue color. I mean, he reminds me of Damien, but... If the golden bow is inside the whale that devoured this place, and if the golden bow can really
이 백화 현상을
somehow
도와주는 게 맞다면
counteract the palidification effects. Ishmael's breathing was quick and light. She couldn't finish her sentence.
당신이 생각하고 바라고 있는 것이 옳다겠어.
It can be said that indeed what you believe or what you wish to be true is correct.
그렇군요.
I see.
이정표는 이쯤이면 되었겠지.
I hope I have been a useful signpost to you all.
또 어디론가 다름하는가?
So, where do you seek to depart again?
그때는 바다와
하.
강과 도시가 어디에 있는지
I was once a mere pond who only knew where the sea, the rivers, and the city were.
지금은
Now I seek to reach there with my wings.
Yeah, it comes back to wings.
그뿐이요.
That is all.
잠깐. 그런 정보를 아는 놈을 호락호락 보내줄 것 같은가?
Stop right there. You know too much. Think we're about to let you leave just like that? No, I don't think we can
나는 흘러내려 담을 수가 없어.
hold Rim.
Pity. Try as you might to hold me now. I flow betwixt your fingers. Oh, well done.
With that, he stepped into the paddle and disappeared into its depths. Into the depths of a paddle. Does that mean that Rim is a shallow person, or?
약지에 감긴 새 바퀴의 반지는
Oh, look
나의
at that
속도 같은
40%
유물을
damage
인정받을
from
뜻하죠.
Unlow here.
비록 지금 제 작품이 만인의 신금을 울리지는 못하더라도 여전히 반지에 부끄럽지 않은 작품을 선보이고 있는 것 같네요.
The group him and Damien are about the only part of the game I genuinely dislike. Interesting. I feel like my current perspective is that there are two groups that have been kept very mysterious as to what's actually going on with them. One, that group, and two, the like antagonist group with human. Was it human? That antagonist group. Like I feel like I don't know really anything going on with either of those groups.
서두르지 말고 느긋하고 여유롭게.
Pallid bipedals began to fill the void Rim left behind.
저자의 영향으로 인해
It can be
습격하지 않았던 것으로
it can be deduced that it was his influence that kept the mermaids at bay.
어째서였을까?
But why?
이성이 휘발되어도 어떤 에너지의 흐름에 대한 본능은
I can only theorize that their primal sense of certain ebbs and flows of energy remained even as their reason eroded.
겁이라도 먹었다는 건가?
You're saying that he scared off or something? Sinclair, on his forehead there was... Yeah. The one who bisected Chromie with a flick of his wrist. The one who silently approached me to talk. Yeah. I remember the one who mocked with the bright red sign. The one mocked with the bright red sign. I can't really decide who my favorite sinner is. Might be San or Radian. I like how this game... I think this game has a lot of good main characters, and by that I'm referring to the sinners. Let's remembered. Doing defense. It's hard to pick a favorite of any of them of House. Like, I'm thinking about it. I can't think of any that, like, off the top of my head. I'm like, oh, I hate that scenario. I think I just generally, at the very least, like all of them. I really liked the most Tree-san, but I cry on Radion the most.
어중간한 예술은 물어뜯어 고칠 수밖에.
I can't think of any of the scenarios that, like, I actively dislike. There's some I like more than others, but...
Impasto.
Also, some that I'm more curious about, like, their backstory than others, too.
재밌겠는데?
A friend of mine dislikes the smell somehow. Huh. I like the smell. Though, not a big fan of the book Moby Dick.
바이올렛 브레이크 슬램.
Even though I've read the whole thing. I didn't hate it or anything, I just... No, more of I disliked that. What's your favorite smell? Mine is the smell of 2016. I like lavender. But also, little fun fact about me. I think I have just a really, really bad sense of smell. Like, I can smell things, but I think I just have just a generally bad sense of smell. Smell the strong smells especially, but just some things fly under my radar. Smell wise.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색채로.
I have a good sense of smell sometimes. Though, also, there some super strong smells. It will give me a headache. True. Which is maybe one reason I also avoid some super strong smells. Which is kind of weird when a lot of things I don't smell very strongly. Ah, that's too bad, Kiryu.
약지에 감긴 세 바퀴의 반지는 마에스트로가 되기 위해 인정받은 세 가지 작품을 뜻하죠. 비록 지금 제 작품이 만인의 신금을 울리지는 못하더라도 여전히 반지에 부끄럽지 않은 작품을 선보이고 있는 것 같네요.
The Lake and the Butterfly 3. Look at that! Enemies! That's quite a few. Whoa! Nightbat decided to show up to this stream for. Wow! It never happens. what's a night bat? Night bat is a bat that someone programmed that as a streamer I can click it into like enable it. It's supposed to be in all of my streams. No, that's a bot. It's the reason that's flagged as a moderator. Technically, it's also supposed to do certain moderator-like things automatically. Like, I think I flagged it to do a number of things. Like, I can't even remember. Some just normal kind of moderator-esque things. But it never properly loads into my stream. Most of the chatbots out there are much better programmed for chatbotting Twitch than for chatbotting YouTube.
당장 집행해주지.
재밌겠는데?
더 야성적인 김피로.
Oh wait. Oh wait, no. Thank you, Shadow.
거창을 세워주지.
I think if like you can see Nightbat posted that message in chat just like 2 minutes ago now. If you are enjoying the stream, consider liking and subscribing. I have that set up that Nightbat is supposed to say that like wants to try to stream in chat. It's been many streams since the last time a Nightbat actually said that in chat. So it's like okay. Oh wait. No, there's no point in doing that because we either way will have enough ego resources for its next tune, and we don't have enough to go for exactly 3 Omo this tune. Yeah, exactly. Shadow, you can confirm that. The minus 25 SP pillow, I believe, is from this. Compulsion Stouts encounter with minus 25 SP. Yeah. At less than 0 SP at tune stout, gain 3 attack power up. That I believe, if I'm remembering right, is just present for Ishmael for this entire canto, or something like that. What if I... Yeah. Then... Okay, that should...
디테일 진짜 장난 아니던데. 이렇게 하는 건가?
That should make her use her skill 3 as a counter. Yeah. How do you spell skeleton? Good question, we'll never know.
일어나!
당신의 소재로 써보고
아직
싶습니다.
열 한 번에
얼마만큼은
죽어야 한다고.
못하지만 나도 녹이면서 뵐 수 있거든.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색채로 어중간한 예술은 물어뜯어 고칠 수밖에.
이제 한 쌍의 상황골과
Going to
24개의
wipe the
눈꼬리
floor with
자르는
Ricardo.
티비아의 멜로디가
Hopefully. The only thing I know is that he's a big brother, a middle big brother.
새겨주지!
보여드려야겠군요.
예술적이네요.
예술을.
Okay. If I go there. Ooh, closing time.
양밤이 떠올랐어요.
Time to buff the team.
항상 저희 영감을
마지막으로
도와주시는
남길만.
이거 금강 맞지?
자, 아듀.
Oh yeah, and yeah, there we go. We have buffs, a somatic fusion, and the whole arena members.
재밌겠는데?
파우스트? 신체파의 예술을 보여줄 시간이랍니다.
저희 뼈로 틀을 잡고 한번에 돕게. 나쁘지 않아요. 이제야.
Oh wow, look at that.
이제 한 쌍의 상황골과 24개의 눈꼬리 자아내는 티비아의 멜로디가
The arena cleaning
이제야 친해졌네.
the arena cleaning the floor. Good thing. Wiping these guys out. Where is... Can I read this counter again? Can she use it twice?
이렇게 하는 건가? 아니,
Activates 2 times per turn. So if I go here and here and... Let's actually... I'd rather use this than that. So we will also go there. Let's try that. I actually don't know if this works.
감상은 어떤가요? 마지막으로 남길 말?
이번에도
마지막으로 남길 말?
나쁘지 않아요. 어중간한 예술은
더 야성적인 깊이로.
이번에 이제 친해졌네요.
아직 11번은 죽어야 한다고.
림이라는 자의 말대로 여기엔 황금가지가 없어 보이네요.
Looks like Rim wasn't lying. I don't think there's a golden bow here.
제게도
I don't feel the bow either.
없었으니까 이제
Now,
어떻게
what
하실 거죠?
will you do?
우리 외
Alorganic matter other than us in
오염되어
this lobotomy cope branch have doubtless been infected.
림이라는 사람 말이야.
The Rim guy, if he's got that mouth,
지난번에 만났던
you think he's in cahoots with the flying blue kid from before?
괜찮을까?
Are we gonna be okay?
확실히 결과적으로만 보면
Well, he did help us at the end of the day, even if he approached us very quietly. I feel like in some ways you're missing the point.
우리가 뭘 어쩔 수 있지?
WCD. What were we supposed to do? WCD. WCD. Maybe not what?
그렇네요.
I guess so. There was nothing we could have done.
하지만
Still, I don't think Damien held any animosity against us. Nothing we could do. Okay. That makes sense.
뭐 내 놈한테만큼은 없었던 걸 수도.
Not against you, maybe.
관리자님. 그 사람
Executive Manager. I still remain doubtful of that man's intentions. He didn't even share with us what the goals were before fleeing the scene. You don't need animosity to be a threat. True.
야, 그래도 얼굴 튼 사이니까 뭐라도 알 거야.
Oh, you must know something about the bowlhead. You knew the bloke, didn't you?
내가 알던 그와는
Rim has changed too much.
갈피를
I cannot even begin to fathom his intentions. I'll be headed to bed. See you. Have a good one. Thanks for dropping in. Do you know about your evil alternate self named Garland? I hope you haven't attacked the Garland. Let's get out of here first. It's pretty clear that the golden bow isn't here anymore.
남아있는 이들은
What?
어떻게 되는 것인가?
What fate befalls those who remain?
우리가 손쓸 수는 없다.
Fate we can do nothing about.
알고는 있지만
I am well aware, yet
네 생각.
I think I understand how you're feeling, but sometimes you gotta learn to let it go.
이미 늦은 것도
There's
있는
anything
것처럼
I've learned about my
살아보자.
life, it's that some things are too far gone to be helped. Very well, Sir Heathcliff.
웬일이래?
What's getting into you, Heath? Didn't know you knew how to comfort someone like that. I wasn't going to suffer that lass's gloom. With the pallid mermaid's unintelligible signals echoing behind us futilely, we decided to leave the lobotomy cope branch.
약지에 감긴 세 바퀴의
31%
마에스트로가 되기 위해
damage.
인정받은 세 가지 작품을 뜻하죠. 비록 지금 제 작품이 만인의 신금을 울리지는 못하더라도 여전히 반지에 부끄럽지 않은 작품을 선보이고 있는 것 같네요.
Trying to decide how much more we have time for this stream. Need to wrap it up soon. Maybe one more. Wait, what is this? That's interesting. I didn't have clicked that button before.
엄중한 심사 부탁드립니다.
No golden bow. No survivors.
탕.
Very helpful in a real show. Hey, Tiafan. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Tiafan. Nope, no. No, it was a good chance to observe our crafted from a different perspective. I suppose all that wasn't for nothing, huh?
뭐 괜찮지 않겠어?
Well, we're going to be a-okay. A big win always follows a big loss like this.
아무래도 그 가지를 찾으려면은
We're going to have to scour the middle of the Great Lake to find that bow.
수영을 배웠으면
Maybe I should have learned how to swim.
그자의 말대로라면 황금 가지는 창백한 고래가 삼키고 갔다는 거예요.
If we are to believe him, the golden bow is inside the pallid whale.
정말 가는 곳이
Are we truly journeying in search of the pallid whale?
아니 성차만한 창백한 고래를
A whale as big as a... Let me try that again. A whale as big as a windmill. I mean, as large as a mansion. Nay, as grand as a castillo. A windmill. Yeah, that's the boat that was cut off there. A windmill. Very iconic scene with Don Quixote there.
그만한 걸 우리가 잡을 수 있을까?
A dragon, yeah, a dragon. Oh, giants. Can we even catch something like that?
그리고 잡는다고 해도
Even if we catch
황금
up
가지는
to
어떻게
it? What then? Ask it nicely to please puke the bow back into our palms?
돌아가는 편이
Guys, maybe we should just go back. Oh, I'm sure Virgil is going to be all over that idea. Virgil is going to be like, oh, yeah, you guys want to go back and abandon this mission and come back later? Sure thing, the guy. I even bought you some ice cream. I have some ice cream for you right here.
돌아간다고요?
He'll be all over it. Go back. I mean,
돌아가면
then
어떻게
what?
하실 건가요?
What are you going to do after we go back?
황금 가지를
What? Give up the golden bow? Just like that?
그렇게 아무렇지 않게
Pretend
엎은 일로
like
하고
nothing happened?
다음 작전으로 넘어간다.
and just move on to our next mission. You're excited for Deltarune 5 and 6. Wait, did not all of Deltarune release, Shadow? I thought all of Deltarune was released. We actually need to get back to Deltarune sometime, because we played through Deltarune's chapter 1 and almost all of chapter 2, but we didn't. But I don't think there wasn't any more after chapter 2 out when we got almost all of the way through chapter 2. So, but since then, sometime we should get back to those. Even though I'm really bad at that game.
황금 가지를 이런 식으로 포기하는 게
I don't know how or when it's become acceptable in this group to throw away a golden bough just like that, but
그게 어찌 되었든
not
전 돌아가지
me.
않아요.
I'm not going back. I've endured too much to go back now.
이 망할
There
회사에
was
들어오고
just one thing that kept me going in this shitty company. One thing.
파우스트.
And you know what that is, Faust.
이스마일 씨의 말씀대로
It is as Ishmael said.
황금가지
Abandoning the
수급을
golden bough
포기하는 건
retrieval
허용되지 않습니다.
in the present situation is not permitted. Success is still within reach.
하지만 지금
But
당장은
we cannot
어디론가
move at
이동하지는
this
못할 겁니다.
moment.
베르길리우스 씨와 합류해서 추후에 대한 논의를 하는 편이 적합할 것 같네요.
It would be best that we rendezvous with Virgilius before discussing our next course of action.
그건가?
I see. It's that stupid law of the Great Lake again, huh?
네, 그렇습니다.
Yes,
약
it is.
2시간이 남았군요.
We have 2 hours remaining.
참 잘했어요.
Wow! Good work, Heathcliff! You're so smart! Okay.
이런
You little... Whoa! A sudden shock shook everyone. Let's get out of here first. What madness is this?
안개놈으로 선박 여러 척을 관측했다. 단 메피스토 팰레스의
Purple.
영각은 아니다.
There's our purple.
I observe multiple ships on the horizon.
Beyond the wall of mist, none of their silhouettes resemble Mephistopheles.
뭐야? 아니, 오발이라도 있었던 건가?
The misfire, maybe.
아니 잠깐만. 니네 그게 먼저냐?
Something I have been wondering is if, don't tell me because we're not there in the story yet. It's just something I've been thinking about since I got a middle Heathcliff. So middle Heathcliff seems to be an ID version of a very important character. A character that I haven't really met in the story yet, right? A very important member of the middle, I believe. And they gave it to Heathcliff. And Heathcliff's nameplate is purple. I've just been wondering recently, and don't tell me either way. We'll get to Heathcliff's Canto. I've been wondering if Heathcliff's Canto is going to have any specific connections to this middle organization. Since they gave him this middle ID, and he's got the purple nameplate. But maybe not. It's just something that I've thought about. We'll see when we get to his Canto, who he's connected to, and what's going on with Heathcliff. Wait, look around! The water level! It'll be up to our bridges any minute! It was as Heathcliff said. When we first got to this branch, the water level was down there, but now it had risen enough that the waves were lapping at the platform we were standing on. Wow. It's high tide. It appears that this lake's water levels rise and fall depending on the time of day.
뭔가 발사되었다.
They have launched something in our direction.
충격에 대비해라. 또 온다.
Brace for impact. Here comes another. So not a misfire then. Numerous harpoons suddenly riddled the ground we were on. We were being bombarded with harpoon shots, flying with nary a care whether it hit someone or not. Ryoshu parried a few harpoons away with the back of her sword, but there were simply too many.
Okay.
It's those twin hook pirates again, huh? Gotta say I can respect their tenacity. I'm not sure if it is Gregor. Maybe allies of them. But maybe it is them. We'll see. I love the fact that Ryoshu can't pull the sword out of the scabbard and is that the case? Wow, I didn't actually realize that. Those trash out here, only thanks to your very stubborn mercy, Dante. I'm not sure whether that's true. Say not such things! What demanded you ask why you did such day was a judgment most noble. 'Twas not an easy decision, forsooth.
잠깐, 조금만 머리를 굴려보면 알 수 있잖아.
Wait, just use your noggins for once.
우리가 호수에 묶여 있는 것처럼
They're bound to that lake just as we are to this one. Harpoon us all they want. It's not like them sods can drag their ships through us. So in the meanwhile, was it? No. That's not what the pirates use harpoons for. Oh? Are they using it with Eucope's singularity? Like, so that's how.
우리가 갈고리를 단 건 지금 같은 조질력을 위해서였다고.
Now you know why they call us the twin hooks.
쌀 타고 싶은 사람?
Are you ready, kids? Who wants to ride the harpoon? No, they're just going across. Okay. We'll go here and get our triple envy going.
그래, 내가 왔다.
I only see one hook per person though. Yeah, I'm not actually sure what they were talking about. That's what we call the twin hooks. Yeah, I'm not sure. They might just be a little crazy. Don't tell them I said so, though. Don't tell them. Wait a second, if I go back.
남상은 어떤가요?
일어나! 아직 11번은 죽어야 한다고!
This is what eating a whale of flavored ice cream does to a person.
나도 녹이면서 뵐 수 있거든.
You're correct. Yeah. That's exactly it.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색채로.
거창을 새겨주지!
자,
암털만한 것들!
이제 한 사람의 상황골과 24개의 늑골이 자아내는 티비아의 멜로디가
열라 열받죠? 이러면 아무것도
더
못해도
야세라는 소재를 통달한다.
임파스터.
다음엔 예술적인
당신의 소재를
Okay. And oh, next tune we'll get to do closing time. Wave 1 out of 1. Okay, just wanted to check that.
양반을 떠올렸어요.
이거 분강 맞지?
야! 필살! 바이올렛 브레이크 슬램!
열라 열받죠? 되겠냐고요.
Anyway, good night, dude. Good night, Shadow. We're nearly done anyway. So I think we'll wrap it up soon.
아직 11번은 죽어야 한다고!
Have a good one, Shadow. Closing time.
재밌겠는데?
항상 저희 영감을
열라 열받죠? 이러면 아무것도
남길만.
못하죠.
어중간한 예술은
이거 분강 맞지?
야! 필살! 바이올렛 브레이크 슬램! 알바나 됐어. 이제야 힘이 갔나요? 보여드려야겠군요. 왜냐면
This is right now. It's about the time we normally end the streaming, and I feel like the next part of 5:30 might take a while, take more time than just a couple of minutes to go through. Even if I do well.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색채로.
So
자! 어중간한 예술은 물어뜯어 고칠 수밖에.
되겠냐고요.
파우스트, 신체파의 예술을 보여줄 시간이랍니다.
저희 뼈로 틀을 잡고 한 번에 눕게. 나쁘지 않아요. 이제야 친해졌나요?
진짜 일어나! 아직 11번은 죽어야 한다고!
Okay. There we go.
양지에 감긴 세 바퀴의 반지는 마에스트로가 되기 위해 인정받은 세 가지 작품을 뜻하죠. 비록
I'm sad. I was
제 작품이
kind of hoping there was a chance we'd get enough sanity by the end of this stream to do a poll. Yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up because if this next one is 5:30, I have heard we're fighting Ricardo. We haven't even met Ricardo in the actual story yet, so I would guess that means we're going to have a fair amount of like story dialogue lead up. The next session is quite long. Yeah, we will be fighting Ricardo next to Limbus Company stream, which will be streaming Limbus Company next week. I don't have a schedule for next week yet. Don't know what day it will be that we'll play Limbus Company, but we'll get to Limbus Company next week. Oh, look at all the thread. We have one more stream this week, 2 days from now. If you've seen the schedule, I need to talk about this. Because I don't know what time that stream is going to be yet, because there's some stuff going on with planning stuff on Saturday. I'm going to tell you what the game is now. We're playing a game I'm really excited to stream. I kickstarted this game. I did the Kickstarter for this game and it just released a few days ago. This game is called Your Crown Is Mine. It is not for everyone, but let me give you the pitch on what the game is in case you're interested. If you have ever watched anime or read manga, read manhwa, there's a certain or light novels, there's a certain subgenre of these things called the villainous subgenre. I really like the villainous subgenre. If you're familiar with the villainous subgenre, this game is a villainous life sim game. I'm excited because I'm a big fan of this subgenre, the villainous subgenre, and this is a game that plays on the subgenre. It's going to be like a lot of me doing voices for the different characters, just like I do voices in this game. And we're going to be trying to become, is it Empress? We play as the villainous in the game. I can't remember if it's Queen or Empress that we're trying to become in the game. I don't remember if it's an empire or like a kingdom or queendom, but we want to become the ruler. We may stream 1 to 2 streams of that or something. I don't know. I'm excited for that game though. But as of yet, I don't know when we will be playing it 2 days from now. I will try to have that scheduled as soon as I can. As soon as I can figure out. Because okay, there's also a chance, there's a streamer, a friend of mine who was looking into scheduling a stream collab that day as well. There's a chance we do 2 streams that day. the stream I just mentioned and this collab, and that would be wild. That would be quite a bit. Yeah. But I hope everyone has enjoyed today. And until next time, please do try and have a blast for me. Bye.